Prince William and Kate Middleton are seriously considering moving into Fort Belvedere, the exact house where Edward VIII signed his abdication papers to abandon the throne for love. We're talking about the future king and queen potentially living in the house where a previous king said thanks, but no thanks to the crown. The level of historical irony here could power all of Windsor Castle. Welcome back to Royal Cookies, where we serve up the juiciest royal gossip with a side of heart-wrenching humanity. Please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. Because apparently, William and Kate are eyeing up a Gothic revival mansion that comes with tennis courts, swimming pools, and enough royal scandal to make Netflix executives weep with joy. Fort Belvedere isn't just any old house. It's literally where constitutional history was made when one king chose love over duty. Built in the 18th century, Fort Belvedere became the favorite home of Edward VIII, who lived there before he became monarch and after he abdicated to marry Wallis Simpson. In fact, it was there that he signed the papers which sealed his infamous abdication in 1936. I'm sorry, but the audacity of William, future King William V, potentially living in the house where a king literally quit the job William's training his entire life for? It's like a firefighter buying the house where someone once famously said, "I give up, let it burn." The fort was where he signed the instrument of abdication on the evening of the 10th of December, 1936, so that he could marry Wallis Simpson. On the 11th of December, he addressed the nation by radio from Windsor Castle, and at 13:52 that day, he officially ceased to rule. Can you imagine the dinner conversations? Pass the salt, darling. Oh, and by the way, this is the exact dining room where Uncle Edward decided being king wasn't worth it. The historical weight alone could crush a lesser royal couple. The house literally witnessed the most dramatic "I quit" moment in British royal history, and now the most dutiful royal couple of this generation is considering making it their family home. It's like buying the house where someone famously had a midlife crisis, except the midlife crisis involved abandoning an entire kingdom. Prince William and Kate, Princess of Wales, once turned down an offer from the late Queen Elizabeth II to live in a grand castle. The future King William V and Queen Catherine politely declined which was likely no surprise to her as she too passed on living in Fort Belvedere upon inheriting it in 1952. So even Queen Elizabeth didn't want to live in the abdication house. It's like royal musical chairs, except everyone keeps avoiding the chair where someone famously quit the game. The Queen inherited it and said absolutely not. And now her grandson's reconsidering it? The fact that William and Kate initially turned down this offer suggests they understood the optics. No thank you, Your Majesty. Would prefer not to live in the house with the constitutional crisis energy. Smart thinking from the future monarchs. But here's what makes their potential change of heart fascinating. Maybe they've decided that reclaiming the abdication house could actually be a power move. Like, we're so confident in our commitment to duty that we can live in the house where someone chose love over loyalty and not be fazed by it. It's giving major. We're so secure in our relationship with the crown that we can handle living with Edward VIII ghost energy. Either that, or they've simply decided that a swimming pool and tennis court are worth the historical baggage. For 3 years, the Prince and Princess of Wales have brought their children up at Adelaide Cottage, a peaceful refuge in the grounds of Windsor Castle. But here's the thing, George is 11, Charlotte is 9, and Louis is 6. They're rapidly outgrowing cozy cottage and heading straight into we need our own wings territory. Most families want a little bit more room at home as their children grow, but none have the incredible range of options available to William and Kate as they look to move. And when your housing options include Gothic mansions with their own tennis courts, suddenly the historical baggage starts looking like a manageable trade-off. Kate Middleton and Prince William are considering leaving Adelaide Cottage for a Gothic revival mansion called Fort Belvedere that looks like a castle. Because nothing says we've outgrown our starter home quite like upgrading to an actual fortress. Think about it from the children's perspective. They're going from a cottage to a mansion that looks like something out of a fairy tale. George probably doesn't care that a king once quit here. He just sees tennis courts and swimming pools. Charlotte's probably planning which tower will be her art studio. And Louis is definitely claiming the dungeons for his toy soldiers. The practical benefits are undeniable. More space for homeschooling, private grounds for the children to play without paparazzi, and enough bedrooms that royal guests don't have to share bathroom schedules with the kids. By potentially moving into Fort Belvedere, William and Kate could be making the ultimate statement about duty versus personal desire. King Edward VIII famously lived in the property with wife Wallis Simpson, and even signed his abdication papers inside Fort Belvedere. But William and Kate living there would represent the complete opposite choice. It's like the universe's way of offering a do-over. Edward VIII chose love over duty in that house, but William chose both love and duty when he married Kate. Living at Fort Belvedere would be the ultimate symbol of how you can have a successful royal marriage without abandoning your responsibilities. The historical poetry is absolutely stunning. The house that once witnessed a king choosing personal happiness over public service could become home to a couple who've proven you can have both. It's redemption arc real estate at its finest. Plus, there's something beautifully defiant about reclaiming a space associated with royal failure and turning it into a symbol of royal success. William and Kate's marriage has already lasted longer than Edward and Wallis's entire royal romance, and they're still going strong while serving the crown. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to know if you're Team Sophie or if you think I'm seeing green where there's just good fashion sense. If you're obsessed with royal strategy and environmental impact like I am, make sure you're subscribed to Royal Cookies because we're serving up the most sustainable royal content on YouTube. And remember, in a world full of fast fashion and royal scandals, sometimes the most revolutionary thing you can do is wear your values on your sleeve, preferably in a gorgeous shade of green. Sophie's proving that environmental activism isn't just about what you do, it's about who you become. Until next time, keep munching on those eco-friendly royal cookies.